All right, guys. Hey, this is awesome. I am here this morning with Jaleel Willis, and he is an awesome local MMA fighter that we are sponsoring here at the Morrow Group. So we're excited to announce our sponsorship with him. Got the call from his manager. I kind of knew his manager a little bit. This is something, I won't say it was a dream of mine, but I've been an MMA fan for years and years. So I'm really excited that the opportunity did come up. Not only do I get to be involved a little bit in the MMA world, but I get to support a local guy that is doing really, really well, that is out there kicking butt, training hard, working hard, trying to live his dreams like so many young people are trying to do. And I just think it's awesome. So I'm really excited to get to do this. So I'm going to introduce you all to Jaleel. Hey, Jaleel, why don't you give us a quick little background on yourself, where you're training at, what you got going, what your rank is, that kind of stuff.
And, what my rank, I was top 10 in the world, but I got knocked down to number 11. But we'll quickly turn that around come next month, you know what I mean? So stay tuned on that one. A lot of reasons to stay hungry, stay driving. But I'm training in Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. I'm also at Transforming Bodies as well with Coach Rowley. So, you know what I mean? It's like pretty homegrown. I guess you could say everything is done in Memphis. Nothing's coming from California. I ain't traveling, doing stuff over here. Everything's straight up Memphis bound and 100% grit and grind.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like you're in the gym this morning. You already got a training session in, I understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You caught me right at the end of it. Just got finished.
That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Got to get in, get that work in. So I know it's competitive out there for sure. Perfect. Well, man, tell us a little bit about your family and what keeps you going every day. What drives you?
Well, mainly my baby girl, you know what I mean? It's like I just see how happy she be every morning just to, have something as simple as an iPad and be able to go to school. And I remember just like having those carefree mornings where I was like, Mom is taking care of everything and she is making sure only thing I have to do is just smile and be happy and run around, you know what I mean? It's like be a kid. So that's what kind of drives me, like seeing how I'm in the same position as my mom was. And that's like showing my daughter that everything's okay. You know what I mean? We not, it's like rich, but it could be way worse, you know what I mean? And it could be way better. And I just want her to see like we got a lot more to achieve in life. And, you know what I mean? It's like we're going to have fun on the way to it, you know?
That's awesome. Very good. And setting a great example for her out there chasing your dreams, and she sees dad putting in that work to do the same for herself. So I love it, man. Very cool. All right. Well, tell us a little bit how you got started in the fight world. I understand you were a wrestler at White Station High School. Like you said, you're a local guy here, and your first fight was kind of an interesting story. You weren't even training. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. It's like after high school, I started, trying to just find ins and out jobs, and I got a job selling T-shirts at the Delta Fair. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the Delta Fair here in Memphis, and just selling T-shirts there. It's like at a local fight show, and they had somebody back out on the fight card, and they seen I was selling shirts. They needed somebody to throw in there. They asked me, not sure if they thought I could win or not, but they seemed like they needed somebody to put across that other guy. They put me in there, and it's like I beat that dude and kind of just took off with the drink from there, you know what I mean? It's like starting my career 1-0 and just kept it moving forward, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. What year was that? When was that?
It was 2000, I want to say it's 2010, because that's when I graduated. I came straight out of high school and like hopped right on.
Yeah, okay. And people may not realize that, but 2010, not even training, to jumping into this world and now competing on some of the larger stages in the world and being ranked in the top 10 is actually really good. So you're obviously very talented and obviously working hard, man. So good for you. That's awesome. Perfect. What's the fight game mean to you? What's MMA mean to you? I know it's a huge sport nowadays, and obviously you love it and are participating in it and doing very well. What's it mean to you?
MMA means life to me. Honestly, it really does mean life. It's like I've had times where I was without MMA, like injuries and with COVID, being without MMA. And I quickly seen how much value I bring to the sport and how much value this sport brings to my life. And, you know, even if I wasn't fighting, like if I broke my leg now today, I would still want to try to find some way to be within the martial arts game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's such an awesome sport, and even if you're, like you said, not on that competitive field, what it brings to people, what it brings to kids, the discipline, the outlet, the self-defense, all those things are really awesome. So very cool, man. I'm glad you're out there, um, spreading the word and doing well with it. So we don't know each other really well. Knew Matt a little bit, like I said, and now we're getting the opportunity to sponsor you, which we're excited about. Tell us a little bit about what that means to you, the sponsorship, and maybe a lot of people probably don't understand what you guys have to do as far as coming up in the fight world and getting that start and getting going. They only see the superstars out there that are on the pay-per-view or whatever.
Yeah, man, I don't think a lot of people realize that, you know, means like it's not just us going out there for 15 to 25 minutes and throwing down and getting bloodied. And it's like, wow, they just made our yearly salary in 15 minutes. Is what we do, you know, here today while, you know, people are clocked in doing their jobs. This is my job. This is what I'm here doing. And it's like, you know, it costs money, you know what I mean, to be doing a lot of this stuff and to be able to not have to go and ask like, hey, go fund me type deals. You know what I mean? Not have to, you know, go out and ask for help constantly, to have, you know, local organizations and people who care and love to see, you know, their home grow as well. It's like, it's just like a huge blessing to be able to know that I can wake up and know only thing I have to worry about is, you know, left, right.
That's right.
And, yeah, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? It's like versus to going like, man, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to do this? I want to do this, but I don't have the funds to do this. And it gets real complicated, man. And so it's a huge blessing to be able to focus on just working hard and to know that I have someone behind me who believes in me, who is helping, keeping, you know, that dream alive is like amazing to me.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad we can be a part of it. I don't think people realize it's almost like being a business owner. You know, you start off with nothing and try to work your way up, and then all of a sudden you're on the radio or something. People are like, oh, I hear you on the radio. You're a local celebrity or whatever the case might be, but they don't understand what it took to get there and what you're still doing every day sometimes. So it's awesome for people to hear that backstory and know you're putting in the work, man. So I'm glad we're part of that. So very good. Last thing I got for you, any tips, a quick tip or two, maybe for some young fighter that sees you out there and is looking up to you and you're a role model for them and they're here local and say, man, how can I be like Jaleel in the future? Any quick 1 or 2 tips?
Man, I would say first things first is like not everybody is a UFC superstar. You know what I mean? And like that's, you can take that however you want to take it, but remember, not everybody is a UFC superstar. Some of us are prize fighters. Some of us are, you know, pound for pound, the best fighters in the world and need to be competing against some of the best in the world and trying to go where we need to be to, you know, stay on our course and making sure that we're doing what's right for our career. You know what I mean? It's like, don't look at your buddy who went to the UFC and think, you know, I smashed this dude, I should be in the UFC, or how come the UFC not calling me? It's like, you know, you got your own task and you got your own goal at hand and you need to, you know, stay focused on that. This dude might be in the UFC, but you might be making 6 times more than him. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of weigh your options all the way around and you got to realize what's right for you and focus on your race and not somebody else's. You know what I mean? And second thing, you know, it's like, don't rush nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, take your time, you know, get 1% better each day and don't try to, you know, bite off too much more than you can chew. You know what I mean? Don't think that you this super tough person who gotta step up and put yourself in the ground every single time. Make sure you capable of being able to go inside there and compete. Make sure you've done everything you can to go inside here to fight. Don't just get to fighting for paychecks, you know what I mean? Because you can seriously get hurt. And you can be very quickly back, you know, a bartender somewhere, like saying, I should have done it this way. You know what I mean? So make sure you really staying focused on your goal and don't rush nothing.
So work hard, but stay humble. Take your time. Love
Right
it.
there.
Good tips, man. Very good. Perfect. When's your next fight, man? Tell us when it is and if it's going to be on TV, how people can see it.
And it's supposed to be May 21st. You know, it should be on Showtime, and you know, there'll be my my Bellator, not my Bellator debut, but be me coming back to the Bellator stage and carrying on where I left off, and you know, getting myself upwards in those rankings because I'm trying to be top 5. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure saying my name as number 10, but I'm not satisfied with that. I want to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And Bellator, are they the second largest MMA organization behind UFC?
Some people say that, man. I like to think they the first, man, because I look at the way stuff going on now. It's more so like Bellator is like giving people life, and UFC just kind of introducing people to the career. You know what I mean?
Sure. So they're kind of neck and neck nowadays then.
Yes, sir.
They're
Yes,
almost
sir.
on the same level playing field. Awesome. Good. Well, that's good to hear as well. Okay, perfect. So May 21st is Jaleel's fight. Man, thanks for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate the opportunity to sponsor you and appreciate you kind of getting the word out and maybe helping local people out there. I got one last question. This is the one that's really important, man. Can you teach a middle-aged white guy how to do double unders?
Yes, you know,
I
like
need to get with you on that. That's one of my one of my physical fitness goals is to try to learn to do double unders. Believe it or not, I don't know why. I just want to learn how to do them. My programming that I use has them in there every so often, and I have to sub out singles, and I don't like doing that. So
yes, sir. I got you. I got you, brother.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, good luck on your fight, and I hope people get to tune in and take a look at it. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.